Hi, everyone. Welcome back to English Together podcast. I'm Lina, and I'm here with my friend Sam.
Hi, everyone. It's really good to be here again with you.
Today, we are talking about a very small word, but a very powerful one.
Yes, and this word is everywhere in English. You hear it at home, at work, and even when you are just chatting with friends.
The word is do.
Exactly. Many learners know this word, but they often feel confused about how to use it correctly.
That's true. And today, we will not rush. We will go step by step, using real conversation, just like friends talking.
And while we talk, you will naturally hear how do works in daily English.
Let's start very simply. Sam, can I ask you a normal question?
Sure, go ahead.
What do you do in the morning after you wake up?
I usually do a few simple things. I get up, I make my bed, and then I do my morning routine slowly.
Good example. You said, do my morning routine. That sounds very natural.
Yes, because do is often used for general activities, especially when we do not say every small action.
Right. We don't say every detail. We just say, do my routine, and people understand.
Exactly. And Lina, what do you do in the morning?
I usually do some light stretching, then I check my phone, and after that, I do my breakfast.
Let me stop you there for 1 second. You said do my breakfast.
Oh, yes, good catch. That is a common mistake.
This is important for our listeners. In English, we usually say make breakfast, not do breakfast.
Correct. So, do is not used with everything. Some words go with do and some do not.
This is why context is very important.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about one main use of do.
The first big use is do as an action verb.
Yes, we use do when we talk about activities, tasks, and work.
For example, do homework, do housework, or do a job.
Let's make this more real. Sam, what housework do you usually do at home?
I usually do the dishes in the evening and I do the laundry on weekends.
That sounds responsible.
I try. What about you? What housework do you do?
I usually do the cleaning, but I really don't like doing the ironing.
I understand that very well.
See, listeners, we naturally say do the cleaning and do the ironing. This is how English sounds in real life.
Yes, and we don't always need long explanations. Hearing it in conversation helps a lot.
Now, let's move to another very important role of do.
This one is very important for grammar.
We use do to make questions.
For example, I can ask you, do you like coffee?
And I can answer, yes, I do, or no, I don't.
That's right. And notice something important here.
The main verb is like, but we still need do to form the question.
Many learners forget this and say, you like coffee.
People may understand, but it does not sound natural or correct in standard English.
Exactly. Now let's slow this down for our listeners.
Listen carefully. Do you work on weekends?
No, I don't.
Do you study English every day?
Yes, I do.
Very good. And notice how short answers work.
We don't repeat the whole sentence. We just use do or don't.
Now let's talk about negatives.
We use do not or don't to make negative sentences.
For example, I don't work on Sunday.
Or I don't like waking up early.
That sentence sounds very real.
Because it is real.
Now, Sam, let me ask you something about work.
Okay.
What do you do for a living?
I work in an office. I do administrative work and I help my team with daily tasks.
Good. And listeners, this is another common question using do.
What do you do means what is your job?
Exactly. It does not mean what are you doing right now.
Context tells us the meaning.
Context is always the key.
Now, let's talk about the past for a moment.
Yes, the past form of do is did.
For example, what did you do yesterday?
I did some work, I did my shopping, and I did nothing in the evening.
Did nothing is also something we all do sometimes.
And notice something important here.
In past questions, we use did, but the main verb stays in base form.
We say, what did you do, not what did you did.
This is a very common mistake, so please listen carefully.
The word did already shows the past.
Now, let's make this more conversational again.
Sam, did you do anything interesting last weekend?
I did some reading and I did a long walk in the evening.
That sounds pleasant.
It was. I needed a break from work.
And that brings us to another nice use of do.
Encouragement and emphasis.
Sometimes we use do to make something stronger.
For example, I do want to improve my English.
This shows feeling and intention, not just information.
Exactly. You aren't just saying it, you are emphasizing it.
Listeners, you can try this too. Say it slowly. I do want to learn English.
Very good. Now, before we move forward later, let's pause here.
Yes, because everything we said so far is already very useful for daily English.
And in the next continuation, we will go deeper into routines, social situations, and common expressions with do.
We will also talk about mistakes and how to fix them naturally.
Stay with us and keep listening like you are part of this conversation.
When we were talking about daily life before, I suddenly thought about how often we really use do without thinking about grammar at all, because it is just part of normal talking.
Yes, that is true. And I noticed that when I speak English in real life, I say do many times a day, but I never stop to think if it is a verb or a helper word. It just comes naturally.
Exactly. And that is why it is good to hear it inside real conversations, because people do not stop and say rules when they speak, they just use the words.
That makes sense. And maybe we can talk like two friends again and let do, does, and did appear naturally like they do in real life.
Let's do that. For example, this morning I was very busy, and my sister asked me, "What do you do every morning before work?" And I answered without thinking.
What did you say?
I said, "I do a few simple things. I make tea, I check my phone, and I do some small housework." I didn't think about grammar, I just spoke.
That is a very good example because you used do for daily routines, and that is something learners really need.
Yes, and if she asked about yesterday, the sentence changes naturally. She could ask, "What did you do yesterday morning?"
And you would answer, I did the same things, right?
Yes, exactly. I did the same things, but maybe a bit slower.
I like that because it shows present and past very clearly without explaining rules too much.
And now, if she talks about my brother, she asks, "What does he do in the morning?" Not do, but does.
Right, and many learners forget that small s, but in real talk, we hear it again and again.
That's true. When someone forgets it, people still understand, but correct English sounds more natural.
I agree, and this reminds me of a situation at work. A new colleague asked me, "What do you do here?" And that question is very common.
Yes, that question is everywhere, in offices, at meetings, even at family events.
I answered, I do reports, I do planning, and I do teamwork, and nobody felt it was strange.
That's a good point, because do is often used when we don't name a very specific action.
Exactly, and if someone asked about yesterday's work, they would say, "What did you do at work yesterday?"
And the answer becomes, "I did a lot of emails and I did some meetings."
That sounds very real because people often talk like that.
Now, I want to slow down for a small repeat moment, not like a test, but like a friendly practice.
Okay, that sounds good.
I will say a sentence, and you can repeat it quietly or aloud. I do my work in the morning.
I do my work in the morning.
Good. Now, she does her work in the morning.
She does her work in the morning.
And now, past. I did my work yesterday.
I did my work yesterday.
That's it. Very simple, very real.
I like this style because it feels like normal talking, not a classroom.
That is the idea. Now let's move into everyday situations again. Imagine two friends planning the weekend.
Like a real phone call or message.
Yes, one friend asks, "What do you want to do this weekend?"
That question is so common.
And the answer can be, "I don't know yet. I want to do something relaxing at home."
Or someone can say, I want to do some shopping and then do dinner with friends.
Exactly. And if the weekend is over, the question changes to, "What did you do on the weekend?"
And people answer, I didn't do much, which is also very common.
I hear that All the time. I didn't do much. I just stayed at home.
That sentence uses didn't do, and learners often find that confusing.
Yes, but in real talk, we say it very naturally. I didn't do anything special.
That reminds me of another everyday situation, asking for help. Someone might say, "Can you do me a favor?"
That is a very useful expression. Do me a favor is polite and very natural.
And the answer could be, "Yes, I can do that," or "Sorry, I can't do it right now."
Notice how do replaces a longer action so we don't repeat everything.
That saves time and sounds smooth.
Now, let's talk about some common expressions with do that people use every day.
Yes, idioms and expressions make English feel more alive.
One very common one is do your best.
Teachers say that a lot, and parents say it too.
Yes, like just do your best on the exam.
Another one is do the right thing.
That one is used when talking about decisions and behavior.
For example, he did the right thing by telling the truth.
That's a good example, and it uses did for the past.
There is also do nothing, which sounds simple but is very common.
Yes, like I was tired, so I did nothing all evening.
People say that a lot after busy days.
Now let's add a short interactive repeat again, very gently.
Okay.
Repeat this sentence. I will do my best.
I will do my best.
Now she did the right thing.
She did the right thing.
And one more. We do our work together.
We do our work together.
Good. That flows very naturally.
It does, and it feels useful, not forced.
Let's continue with real life talk. Imagine someone is unhappy at work and a friend asks, "What do you do all day?"
That can sound curious or even a little emotional depending on the tone.
Yes, and the answer might be, I do the same tasks again and again, and it feels boring.
That sentence feels very real.
And if they talk about the past job, they say, I did the same tasks every day at my old job.
That shows how do and did follow us everywhere.
Exactly. Even when we talk about plans, we use it. What will you do after this?
And the answer is, I will do some work and then do rest at home.
That's natural English, even if it is simple.
I think learners feel more confident when they hear how flexible do is.
I agree. And that confidence grows when they stop translating and start feeling the sentence.
One more everyday moment is when someone checks if a task is finished. They ask, "Did you do it?"
That is very common, short and clear.
And the answer can be, "Yes, I did," or "No, I didn't do it yet."
Those short answers are very powerful in daily talk.
Let's do one last small repeat just to make it stick.
Sure. Repeat, did you do it?
Did you do it?
Now answer, yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
And no, I didn't do it yet.
No, I didn't do it yet.
Perfect. That is exactly how people speak every day, at home, at work, and with friends.
And the more we hear it in real conversation like this, the easier it becomes to use without thinking.
I was thinking about how do also appears when people talk about habits, because habits are part of everyday life, and we ask about them very naturally.
Yes, like when someone asks, "What do you do after work?" That question feels very friendly and open.
Exactly. And the answer can be simple and honest. I do some walking, I do cooking, and then I do rest at home.
That sounds like something many people really say.
And when we talk about another person's habit, the sentence changes a little. What does your friend do after work?
And the answer is, she does yoga and she does reading in the evening.
Yes, and even if the habit is not good, people still use do. For example, he does too much work and does not sleep enough.
That sentence feels very real, especially today.
Now let's move to a family situation. Imagine parents talking about their child.
That is a good everyday context.
One parent asks, what does he do at school these days?
And the answer could be, he does his homework on time and he does well in class.
Notice how does sounds very natural there.
Yes, and if they talk about yesterday, they say, "What did he do at school yesterday?"
And the answer becomes, he did a test and did some group work.
That change feels smooth when you hear it in conversation.
Now I want to bring in some very common expressions with do that people use without thinking.
Those expressions really help English sound natural.
One expression is do business. People say, I do business with that company.
And in the past, I did business with them last year.
Another one is do homework, which students hear all the time.
Yes, like, did you do your homework?
And the answer is usually short, yes, I did, or no, I didn't.
That short answer is very important for real communication.
Another common expression is do exercise,
People often say, I do exercise in the morning.
or I didn't do any exercise yesterday.
That sounds very natural and honest.
Let's slow down again for a friendly repeat moment.
Okay,
Repeat, I do my homework every day.
I do my homework every day.
Now, she does exercise in the morning.
She does exercise in the morning.
And past, we did a lot of work yesterday.
We did a lot of work yesterday.
Good. Very smooth.
I feel like these sentences are easy to remember because they feel real.
That is the goal. Now let's move into a social situation. Imagine friends meeting after a long time.
One friend asks, so what do you do now?
That question often means work or daily life.
And the answer could be, I do office work and I do some online projects too.
Yes, and if they talk about the past, someone might say, I did a different job before.
That sentence is very common when people talk about changes.
Another social situation is helping someone. For example, can you do this for me?
And the answer is, yes, I can do it. Or, sorry, I can't do it today.
That use of do replaces a longer explanation.
It makes the conversation shorter and clearer.
Now let's talk about feelings and opinions because do appears there too.
That is interesting.
For example, I do like this idea when you want to show strong feeling.
Yes, that do gives emphasis.
And in the past, I did like the movie even if it was long.
That sounds very natural in spoken English.
People also use do in polite questions. Do you need any help?
That question is very friendly.
And the answer might be yes, I do, or no, I don't, thank you.
Short, polite, and clear.
Let's practice that quickly.
Sure.
Repeat, do you need help?
Do you need help?
Answer, yes, I do,
Yes, I do.
or no, I don't.
No, I don't.
Great. That is exactly how people speak in daily life.
I notice that do also appears when people talk about rules or responsibilities.
Yes, like what do I need to do?
And the answer is, you need to do this first and then do that.
Or in the past, I did what I needed to do.
That sentence sounds very strong and complete.
Another everyday moment is when someone checks progress. How did you do on the test?
That question is very common in schools and families.
And the answer might be I did well or I didn't do very well.
Those phrases are simple but very useful.
Now let's bring everything together in a longer, more natural conversation.
Like two friends talking freely.
Yes, imagine this. I ask you, how was your day?
And I answer, it was busy. I did a lot of work and I did some extra tasks too.
Then I ask, do you do this every day?
And I answer, no, I don't. I only do this on busy days.
Then I ask, what did you do after work?
And I say, I did dinner at home and did some rest.
That whole conversation flows naturally with do, does, and did.
Yes, and it does not feel like studying at all.
That is why hearing and using these forms in real conversation is so helpful.
I agree. And the more we listen to this kind of English, the more natural it becomes to speak it ourselves.
And that confidence grows step by step through everyday sentences, real situations, and friendly conversations like this.
Exactly, because English is not only rules, it's people talking, asking, answering, and sharing daily life using simple words like do, does, and did.
Yes. Like this video and share it with a friend.
Keep practicing. See you next time.